We live?
Okay, we are
Excellent.
live.
Hello, everyone. I'm Stoic Regret,
This is Stoic Nuvo.
and this is Intimate ZVX Part 5, Game Number 2.
This is David in a ZvT versus a player named iSPanther, Grandmaster Terran on the North American server. Do you know anything
Yep.
about this player, or is it just...
No, not really.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes. Before we get started, let me switch the scene here. Shout out to our overlay maker, which is pretty sick on the right side. His name is Nico Kaneko on Team Liquid. This guy is fantastic. It's not
Yep.
pasting his name right. Let me see if I can get it up here. Yeah,
Thanks a lot to him.
he makes great.
We appreciate it.
I'm typing
Big
it right now in the chat box. Nico Kaneko. This guy is incredible. His graphics are unreal. Okay,
Alright, 10 seconds.
so we're starting in 10 seconds.
Yep.
Live in 3, 2, 1, play.
Alright, Shakuras Plateau. So one thing I figured out on this map is I've mapped out my scout timing of my first drone to go out to be at the same time roughly when it hits the middle of the map. The same time as when my first scout overlord here that you see going over to the right side reaches the first mineral patch in the upper right spawn location, so that I'll be able to visually see, because you can visually see if a mine is being mined, or click on it and simply just see that minerals have been taken, so that I can change the direction of where my drone scout is going to scout the upper location. So just a little cool trick that I figured out. The timing is at about the 14th drone at 100 minerals. So I should be doing that this game. Alright, so on this map I'm going to be opening either a 14 or 15 hatch. I've been 15 hatching recently on this map just because less people have been 2-raxing or 2-rax proxying me, but I'm not sure which path I'm going to take this game, so let's see if I want to be safe or not. Okay, about 100 minerals. Did I? Oh, okay, I did it. Good. So yeah, you see I send that to the bottom right location. So what we're going to see is at about the time when that overlord hits the upper right location, I'll be able to see if he's there or not.
So you hatch on 14 here. Where did you get this build from? Because most players will 15 hatch.
Well, I found that if I 15 hatch, then I can be a little bit more, a little bit less greedy on scouting for proxy hatches, because my first 6 zerglings that
proxy
pop,
barracks.
yeah, proxy barracks is my first 6 zerglings that pop are quick enough so that by the time his 2nd and 3rd marine get there, I can fight him with drones and speedlings. Sorry, just zerglings. Anyways, as you can see, you see that little trick I did. So I changed the direction of my drone. I was able to see faster. I don't have to go in his base because thank God for these spawns, I'm able to see that he has a gas. So I basically just send that drone up to make sure that he's not building a reactor on the... Okay, well, I'm explaining that, Panther. I send the drone up because I want to make sure that he doesn't build the tech lab right away before he builds the marine, because then I have to prepare for Reapers. And the reason why I have to prepare for Reapers with this build is because I don't take any gas. So if I don't prepare for Reapers and I don't have any gas, I have to defend it with Spine Crawlers and Queens. I have no choice. So he's going to try to build a bunker here. It shouldn't work because it's already a little bit weak and it's way too late. By the time the Marine gets here, I don't even have to kill the bunker. I can just kill the Marine. So it looks like that's what I'm going to be doing here. 4 drones going to move out. You only need 3 to kill 1 Marine, but just in case he has an extra one, I'm going to send out a little more. So, as you can see, he's just not going to make it. Yeah, he's not going to make it. So it's good for me that he finished the bunker. Yay! Wastes a little bit more minerals. Actually, wait, does he waste a little more minerals? I don't even know. Salvage is... I don't know.
Oh, that was close.
Wow.
I think
Not
bunkers
really.
salvage too fast.
They do.
I think they should salvage a lot slower. Like, you should be able to kill it with, like, 6 zerglings to give
I
you
thought you
some
were going to say with a
compensation.
queen.
No. If you make, like, 6 zerglings, you should get some compensation for that mineral loss and that drone loss.
Alright, so I'm just checking if he's taking the 2nd gas. This is about the time where this gas would have been down if he's going to be transitioning into a Banshee build. So I'm checking this right now, and I'm probably...
noticing
Yep,
this
I don't
double
see
gas.
Yeah, I take very late gas, so I take a double gas at 32 or 34. And I get my third queen nice and quick at the front of my expansion base. The good thing about two queens on this map is I can delay my spine crawler. See how I kind of delayed it? Usually I would build it when I'm choked at 28 supply, but I can delay it here because if he rushes those two Hellions before my spine finishes, these two queens that I'm about to have at the front, I can just block off my ramp. So it'll be no problem. So just laying down creep tumors as forward as I can. It's very difficult to get creep out on this map without speed, especially when he goes Hellions, because he can just block out the bottom of your ramp. So at this point I feel pretty safe. I'm just building these Zerglings just because I've been so greedy. I'm already up 6 drones. You never really want to shoot up that much. There's a weird chance that he might be pushing me with something odd, so it's kind of like a safety Zergling. And my speed is about to start. And I already have Spine Crawler, so I feel super safe. I know that he can't be going Banshees, or even if he does, it's going to be Banshee without Cloak.
So you're about to go to 45 drones here. Would you say that's a little risky, or would you... Is that safe?
It's safe because I kind of know what he's going. Okay, so anyways, I want to discuss this Banshee thing because you have the production tab up, right? We see that he's going Cloak here. Now, the good thing about this is because of the scout timing on that second gas, I'm assuming here that he's not going to go Banshees, and there is a possibility that he switches off onto a Tech Lab, and instead of getting tanks, just rushes out a Banshee. So we know that in this game, just from the production tab, that he's actually going Cloak, and he's building a Banshee. But what we're going to see is it's not going to be as strong as a real Banshee build, because the gas timings are kind of off. And it's going to be bad for him to go into a build like this because it's going to delay everything. It's impossible for him to afford enough tech structures that cost gas when you go Banshees off one gas and then a super late gas like this in order to invest into something else afterwards. So even if he rushes out Banshees here and they get like 10 drone kills, the timing of his tank next, or whatever mech unit he wants to build, that's actually going to be used in a fight like a Thor or Blue Flame or something like that, even Marauders, anything that uses a Tech Lab really, is going to be so late. So we're not going to see a tank for 4 minutes after that to be significant at all, or else it's just going to be like a tank push without siege mode, and there's going to be one or something like that. So obviously at this point I'm kind of blind, trying to move out, kill those Hellions, not working. He's being active with them, and at this point I'm assuming that he's playing standard because I really have no scouting information. Except for that Overlord at the top of his base, but it hasn't been scouting. This probably would have been a good idea to send it in and try to get some information. He doesn't really have any Marines in his base. I might have been able to scout the additional buildings that he's building, but not this game.
Now it's just crisis control, right?
Yeah. What time are you at?
10:04.
Okay.
What are you at?
Yeah, so at this point, as you can see, the Banshees are so late that not only did I have a transfuse on one of my queens, but I already have tier tech. So this Banshee actually is not going to do enough damage to justify such a weird build on his part. So you can see he's been able to kill queens, but he's going to gas out really soon. And this doesn't really tamper with my ability to get meters. You can see that I've been pulling up, so I'm going to be able to build 5 or 6.
And you get a nice little Ling run by there, take out the rest of his army.
Yeah. And this is basically what I was talking about. If you go Banshees this late like this, you can see the ability for him to build units. It's just so difficult at this point. Obviously, most of his units were Marines, but more than half of his army were the Hellions that he already built. That tank was basically a non-factor because it was way too late. So it's kind of a weird, funky game. But I'm not in a terrible position at this point. So now I'm going to go over to his base and see what my meters can do.
You lost a lot of workers. You got 18 kills, but you got pretty good tech for what he did.
I did get a lucky run by into his base, so that really helped even out things. So he has 2 turrets. They're kind of in odd positions, so I should be able to kill off these building tech structures here.
And your army value is huge compared to his.
Yep. So here I'm just pretty much picking up whatever I can. His two turrets are in kind of funky positions, so I'm able to find a little spot here. It's really good for me. So at this point, I pretty much just want to build nothing but mutas until I have to build banelings or zerglings. But because I have full control of the map right now, I'm able to realize that I don't really need to build zerglings at this point. So I can expand, and that's what I'm going to do. Yep, I'm going to expand here. So I expand before I put my minerals into a little bit of zerglings. So this high muta count is really good for me because of his investment of banshees so early in the game.
So you want to do a quick time check?
Yep, 13:22.
Okay, I'm going to pause. Count up to 37.
35, 36, 37.
Okay, we're synced.
Alright, so he showed me the one Viking, so now I know that he switched off the tech lab most likely off the starport, and he's going to be investing in medevacs now. So I can stop worrying about banshees. And Vikings don't exactly counter mutalisks when they're at this number, so this is kind of odd by him. He actually took this expansion super early, and I just found it now by luck. But I mean, it was completely risky by him. There's no way he was going to defend it anyways. He would have had to be in his base, which probably would have been smarter because he wouldn't have lost those SCVs. But
oh, he almost had it.
So really nice, lucky kill for me. Got a few Marines out of position. Nope, I don't want to go into that. And now I know I'm kind of safe because I know that he invested into a command center also, so I'm going to try to saturate my third base. And I got rid of that annoying Viking.
And you're still gassing out on mutas while making drones with the excess mineral?
Yep. Mutas is the primary unit in a game like this when his tech is late. Because they're going to eventually hit such large numbers that he actually has to have units in certain locations that I attack because the turrets will not be enough. So at this point I'm just trying to take those additional gases. As you can see, I'm so gas starved. And he's going to be moving out now, and I see a lot of Marines, so that's not really something I want to attack into. So I build these additional 10 lings, but I don't really want to invest into banelings right now because I don't really feel like that was an aggressive push. It kind of felt like he wants to expand just because he also built a third so early, and now I can see by his positioning that he wants to sit back and expand. So this is good for me. I know I'm not going to be attacked, so I don't have to build banelings until I want to attack him. Mutation. So I'm just upgrading now. And during these positions, I just try to see if I can get him in a awkward position. Sometimes he's walking a tank into his third base, and I catch it like this. Oh, yes. Perfect. Okay, not perfect.
But not engagement. You're just looking for easy free tanks, right?
I definitely should have focus fired that tank there. But yeah, I'm just looking for him to be out of position because I know he's going to have to transfer units walking from his second base into his third base. So I'm just continuing to expand now. I'm at 16 drones and I just built 14, so I know I'm going to be 3 base saturated now, so now I can focus on my army.
Here he comes.
Yep, so I'm going to set up a flank here. He does not actually have that many Marines. That's really good for me. So with my mutas, I'm just trying to pick off as many tanks as I can, and I'm trying to spread my army as much as I can. So as you can see, I'm trying to even circle behind, because all you need is one lucky baneling from the back of his army that he doesn't really notice, or it just kind of traps him so that he's, you know, trying to stutter step towards one of your banelings, and then all you need is 2 banelings to hit as many Marines as possible, and there, you know, a matter of 5 or 10 or even 50 can die if it's in one ball. So here we go. As you can see, it's very difficult for him to split when my army is pretty much everywhere. Got attacked from all sides. So just try to make it as difficult as you can, so that when they stim, you force them to try to make a mistake as they're stimming. Because stim is so fast, which is good, but it's also bad in a way that it's easier for him to mess up, because his units are too quick. So if he's moving towards his banelings and clicks there by an accident, It actually helps me exponentially because not only am I moving towards him, but he's stimming towards a Baneling, and that can just result in a lot of dead Marines. So at this point, I know that I don't really have the tech. I'm going to be ahead one base here, and I know that since my mine is almost mined out and he has mules, his main base is probably almost mined out. So even though it looks like it's 3 base versus 4 base, it's actually 4 base versus maybe 2. So once again, I'm trying to do a run by, and again...
So you're about to go up to 84 drones.
Yeah, because I have a 4th base, I'm trying to fully saturate. 84 drones on 4 bases is really good, because if I ever do try to transition into tier 3, I can use the excess drones to build spine crawlers, so I can be safe going into bootload tech. So I'm just trying to pick them apart here. I've been getting a lot of tank kills from just run-bys, and they really, really help.
And the lings are basically free for you at this point. You're just going to use them all
Yep.
over the map, right? To be everywhere.
That's why I got the 84 drones. So now I'm just going to build up a huge army of banelings, and I'm pretty much just going to 8-click. And he should not have enough to stop me at this point. And I'm continuing to expand. Good. So I see here that he hasn't even taken his 5th and 6th gas, so either he's messing up with his macro, or he doesn't even have enough production to afford that many gas. I can see, you know, he just added Raxes, but they're naked Raxes, so at this point of the game, he's pretty much just on 2 base, and now that I just did this, he's pretty much on 1 base. So I know that if I fend this off, it's pretty much the last desperate push by him, so once again, just trying to spread out.
You need these mutas in this fight, right?
Yep, just waiting for them. He can't actually walk me forward because, oh, never mind, he doesn't have any tanks. Oh, he has 1 tank. Yeah, he brought his SCV. This is just one last desperate attempt. There's really nothing he could have done at this point, so. And that should be game.
Like a boss. GG iSPanther.
Yep, that was fun.
Oh, David did say GG, but you left the game first. You stayed for a while after you left.
Yeah, that's weird. Alright, and that's game number 2.
That is game number 2 in part 5. Intimate ZVX with Stoic. I'm gonna get everywhere on the map here. Wow, you were... Yeah, he was... I had a ton of Raxes.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that concludes game 2.